We can't even get into most of it, but as far as a criminal charges there, who would face it? Would it be the treasurer, because they claim it was his responsibility to figure out why all this money was even there in the first place?
Well, what I can tell you is I don't know why everyone's up in such arms. I mean, I found $1.8 billion in my account yesterday, and so I was confused why this was such a national news.
Yeah.
But what I can tell you is that I from my experience working with criminal defense clients, I can tell you that on the street they'll say if you talk long, you talk wrong. I listened to the interrogation. I'll say that subcommittee hearing yesterday, and Loftus talked for a long time. He made a lot of excuses. He did a lot of backtracking. He did a lot of finger pointing. It was reminding me of the Spider-Man meme. It wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault. It was no one's fault. And I can tell you that it seems like this rested on his shoulders. Remember, this started last year. In April, they found this shortcoming, and the former comptroller resigned instantly at that time. This new guy comes in. He's trying to get up to speed, and then he says, well, wait, hold on. There's more money missing. At that point, they had found $3.1 billion put in the wrong location. What he found out is, wait, there's $1.8 billion sitting over here. So it does seem like accounting issues, but it seems like more mismanagement of funds in misappropriation. And so to your question about the criminality, it seems like that individual Loftus, now he's talking about not rerunning for office. That's normally that backtracking. Well, you know what? I know I did something wrong. I just won't rerun again. The criminality seems to be pointing to him right now.
Well, whether this proceeds with legal filings or not, once you lose your credibility, it's hard to get that back. Who would file? Who would say, all right, let's take this. We want to put it in front of a judge?
I think that subcommittee will make a recommendation to the full committee, and then they will make a recommendation to the Attorney General of the South Carolina to ensure that they bring some type of claim towards him. I mean, that's the only logical next step for me. I mean, when he states that at one point he said that now the comptroller's office needs to come underneath his control. Well, that really wouldn't make any sense. I listened to him say that yesterday, and I was trying to figure out, well, how would that make sense? Because they're supposed to be a checks and balance. You're spending the money, they're accounting for how the money is being spent. The problem with this is this has been happening for year over year over year. You're talking about maybe 10 plus years. And so that money has moved hands, changed accounts, and now he's trying to make it seem like it was a positive. I invest this money. I didn't have to tell you, and oh, by the way, I got us $200 million in interest because I invested. But you got to have a paper trail. And if there's no paper trail, that normally leads to problems, unlimited problems.
Khalif, I'm curious, you said if you talk long, you talk wrong. If you are representing Loftus there, or if he has representation, is the advice to, all right, let's stop talking and figure out where we are?
100%. I mean, I would do no more interviews. I wouldn't talk to anyone else about this, and I would really try to get my affairs in order because, as you guys asked the first question, I ultimately believe that there will be some type of criminal charges coming down towards him. The new comptroller, he is completely out of the loop. He's trying to figure out, well, what the heck happened? If anything, the old comptroller may have charges as well, but I think if I'm the one bringing charging documents, it's to Loftus in his office to try to figure out how they misappropriated $1.8 billion, not million, $1 billion.